Hi, it's Paris from Epic Reviews, the tech channel, and I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents about the battery issue with the new Canon PowerShot SX280. I basically had it from the very start. First day I started using it, took some pictures, recorded some video. After a couple minutes of recording video at 60 frames per second and doing a little zooming, that red, fast flashing light was going, and I thought, oh, that's terrible. I shut it off, recharged the battery, came back. I decided to test it out just taking pictures, and I would take a few pictures, put the camera, shut it off, put it down. Next time I'd walk by, took some more pictures to test it out. Got up to 400 pictures, never had the flashing light, and the battery indicator was still showing full. So I decided to test out the video, and sure enough, doing the video recording from a fully charged battery at about 7.5 minutes, the red indicator light started flashing. But since I had read that it may not be the battery itself, just that it's the indicator light is getting it wrong, I continued to record, and I was able to get, not recording all at once, but in maybe 4 chunks, I was able to get up to about half an hour of high definition, 60 frame per second recording before the camera actually just shut itself off because the battery had gotten too low. On the Canon forums, a lot of people talking about this, and most of them it seems to be the sensor, battery sensor indicator that's at fault in some way, though some people are saying they only get to take 30 to 50 pictures and then the camera shuts itself off. It could be tied into that, but if that were happening to me, I think I definitely would return it. In my case though, I think it's the indicator that's faulty. I've also read some people have changed out batteries and that hasn't helped. I have my own theory on what's going on. I'm thinking that this is basically the SX260, the previous model, in terms of the housing, the lens, the sensor. What they've changed is they've added a faster processor, basically, the Digic 6, which I imagine draws more electricity. And they now allow you to record in high definition at 60 frames per second, which they didn't allow before. And that video encoding is about the most intensive thing you can do on a computer. And basically it's a computer chip in here. So what I think you're looking at is this new higher powered processor running at 100% trying to encode that 60 frame per second video. And it's drawing the electricity so fast that it's dropping the voltage of the battery. And normally the battery sensor that tells you whether you're at 70%, 50%, 20%, it bases its readout on the voltage. When it starts to drop, it sees that the battery is becoming depleted. When it drops to this level, it assumes it's halfway depleted. Well, I think it's making an erroneous decision based on the voltage dropping from the very high amount of current that basically this camera now draws. Then you throw in running the zoom while doing the high definition 60 frame per second recording, and it's just more than the camera can handle. It just starts flashing that red light like we're in imminent danger of running out of electricity, when you actually aren't. But based on the voltage level at that time, ordinarily the battery, that would mean the battery is just about out of juice. Now on the forums, Canon has said, yes, we do see, finally they've said, yes, we do see there is a problem with this. We're working on a fix for it. Presumably it would be a firmware update. That's basically a program that you would download and either using the Canon utility on your computer plugged into the camera, or possibly if you put that file onto an SD card and go into some special mode on the camera, it will basically reprogram some of the information in the camera so that the battery sensor, at least in video mode, maybe can make the adjustment for the new voltage levels when you're recording in high definition video. After I had been using this a few days and having the battery issue, I was seriously considering returning it, and then I took the best picture I've ever taken in my life with this camera, which I don't give a whole lot of credit to that to me, because I don't think I've suddenly become a better photographer, and it wasn't a particularly unique photo. It was just a squirrel that happened to pause in the tree and look over at me. But because the camera would start so quick, because it could focus so quickly, because of the 20x zoom, because the zoom is very steady and gets you a very sharp picture if you have enough light, it ended up being the best picture I've ever taken. So I can't send this camera back, because I can't do things like that with this guy, which is my previous camera, the Canon ELPH 310, which was a good camera, and it's certainly small and lightweight, but this is small enough and lightweight enough to take all the places that I took this. But the 8x zoom, and it takes a while to start up, it takes a while between pictures. I just got used to this one now, and so I can't go back to my ELPH Now, other than the battery issue and the stupid placement of the flash that keeps wanting to pop my finger off when it wants to use the flash, other than those things, I've been very, very pleased with this camera. And I'll put a link down below if you'd like to check out the specs on it. So I'm going to stick it out for better or for worse with the SX280. And for Canon, you know, I hope it's for the better that they get the firmware out soon. And, you know, it wouldn't hurt if you threw in a free battery for those of us who stick by you.